1 local government area terminated. State government takes over another set of 7 community schools. Aqua United management signs on 5 new players. Details in just a moment. Good morning, thank you for joining us. I am Emma Ntia. The state government has again taken over 7 community schools. The community schools are Community Technical College, Ikorudu, Ikorepene Local Government Area; Urban High School, Ikorapanesiak, Orowanam Local Government Area; Excellence College, Ikorunya, Nkwareni Local Government Area; Ring Grand Secondary School, Emeruke, Eastern Obolo Local Government Area; Community Comprehensive Secondary School, Ekeya, Okobo Local Government Area, as well as Community Secondary Commercial School, Uraubo, Ikora Tucson, Ikorobon Otoro in Ikorefene Local Government Area. Meanwhile, 124 teaching staff who taught at the 6th community school, earlier taken over by the state government, are to report to the General Services Office, Governor's Office today for further information. The affected teachers are from Unity Model College, Obontong, Usip Ibom Local Government Area, of our high school, Ifa Udombang, Ukanafon Local Government Area, Iwere Comprehensive Secondary School, Obotme, in the Local Government Area, Comprehensive High School, Ikbembayu, Obodokara Local Government Area, Secondary School, Obio Edene, Ikona Local Government Area, and Ikonana Comprehensive High School, Gold Ikona, Itemebu Local Government Area. Turning 60 is a milestone. It marks the diamond anniversary of one's birth, and for some, it is celebrated in grand style. So it was when the chairman of Kwara State House of Assembly Commission, Christ Ambassador Andrew Uwanta, rolled out the drums to celebrate his 60th birthday with his family, friends, political associates, top government functionaries, and many others. The event was attended by the state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, who described the celebration as a hard-working loyalist whose virtues are worthy of emulation. The story is here presented. Sorry about that mix-up. Turning 60 is a milestone. It marks the diamond anniversary of one's birth, and for some, it is celebrated in grand style. So it was when the chairman of Kwara State House of Assembly Commission, Christ Ambassador Andrew Wanta, rolled out the drums to celebrate his 60th birthday with his family, friends, political associates, top government functionaries, and many others. The event was attended by the state governor, Mr. Udom Emmanuel, who described the celebration as a hard-working loyalist whose virtues are worthy of emulation. The story is here presented.
The birthday anniversary of Christ Ambassador Andrew Wanta began with a Thanksgiving service at the Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, Four Counts Cathedral, Uyo, and climaxed in a reception held at the Emerald Event Center, 1 Avenue, Uyo. The celebrator, Christ Ambassador Wanta, who is also the international president of Akwa Ibom Consolidated Alliance, a socio-political organization, said he is grateful to God for the gift of life and for giving him victory over for coming to celebrate with him on his 60th birthday. He also thanked the state governor for believing in him as well as the opportunity to serve in his administration.
I am here to say thank you to God for what He has done. He has saved my life in many instances. He has kept me. He has given me hope. My God loves me. I thank you so much.
Governor Don Emmanuel, who was a special guest, congratulated Christ Ambassador Andrew Wanta and a celebrator for his commitment to the success of his administration. Leadership skills and devotion to his faith must have brought about his elevation as the Chancellor of all Christ worldwide. He donated a sports utility vehicle to the celebrator to commemorate the anniversary.
I really thank God for your life. You are a very humble person. And once that humility comes, you'll be able to serve people. And if you cannot save people that you see, believe me, you cannot save God. And I really want to thank God for all the good things God has also done for you and your family.
The chairman on the occasion, Sir Emepabio, congratulated Christ Ambassador Andrew Wanta on his 60th anniversary and prayed God to bestow on him good health and more fruitful years. High points of the event included the presentation of an autobiography of the celebrator and the cutting of the birthday cake.
Yes!
At the Thanksgiving service, which was earlier held at the Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, Four Towns Cathedral, Uyo, family, friends, and members of the church sang and danced with the celebrator while thanking God for his life.
The state government has terminated the contract awarded to Asdini Limited for the construction of a 23-kilometer Ikora-Daide-Ikora-Ko, Ikori-Britam Road in Orowanam local government area. The Commissioner for Work, Mr. Ephraim Yang, announced the termination of the contract while inspecting road projects in Mparenin and Orowanam local government areas. The report is here presented.
Mr. Ephraim Yang said the contract, which was awarded to the contracting firm 9 months ago under the alternative project funding approach, was yet to commence, and contractors not seen on site after several visits. He said the contract was terminated because the state government will not condone non-performance and excuses in delivering its mandate. Mr. Yang assured that the state government will source for a competent contractor to handle the road project, which was expected to be delivered in 15 months. The Commissioner urged the people of Orowanam to remain calm as the 3 roads in the area will be constructed. While inspecting the construction of Ikore-Britam-Ekefe-Ikora-Kwanafa Road with the bridge in Orowanam handled by Al-Matudal Limited, the Commissioner expressed dissatisfaction with the job done and gave the contractors a 30-day ultimatum to perform or leave the site. Other road projects visited include the 5-kilometer Ikoro-Sobikore-Deri-Korekbuk Road with a 30-meter span bridge in Bayanin, handled by Benest Technical Services Limited, and the Abak-Nsere Ikora-Kwankuru-Ikore-Tim Ikore-Kara Phase 3, Section A, Ikore-Kara to Ikore-Britam by Hamakop Consortium.
Towards excellence in university management in Nigeria was the focus of second and third convocation lecture of the Akwa Ibom State University. delivered by the Chairman, Standing Committee on Private Universities at the National University Commission, Professor Akanaren. The lecture took place at the Lecture Theatre 1, Main Campus, Ikora Praden in Mparini Local Government Area. Etienne Ibarra was there.
Presenting the 53-page lecture, Professor Akanaren said the quest for university education dates back to 1920s, years after the colonial masters, through Christian missionary groups, created impacts on education. Then he said was only privileged families who were financially empowered were able to send their children and family members to universities in the United Kingdom. Professor Essien traced the origin of university and transformational programs, challenges it has undergone, as well as the growth and development, saying that Nigeria has 152 universities, of which the Akwa Ibom State University was 35 out of 44 state universities across the country. He said it was the view of the National Universities Commission that the country needs more universities, particularly the private ones, to meet the demands of increase in enrollment of students. The former Vice-Chancellor of the University of Uyo explained the roles, organs, and functions of university management and presented a proposed assessment format for university management in Nigeria in a 5-year period. Professor Essien enumerated challenges that could militate against smooth university management to include politicization of education, funding, decay infrastructure, quality control of staff and students, indices for scholarship promotion, and unstable university calendar, among others.
The word university is derived from Latin, Universitas Magisterium et Scholarum, which means a community of teachers and scholars. In modern usage, university means an institution of higher education offering tuition in mainly non-professional subjects and typically having the power to confer degrees.
He said that appointments into University Governing Council based largely on political patronage should be re-examined with a view to putting a stop to it if government investments on public universities are to be protected and made to grow. He maintained that when the appointment is compromised, the administration machineries in university will be rickety. The lecturer said it was expedient for experienced, disciplined, and God-fearing men and women to be appointed and elected into the governing council of universities for effective management. Professor Essien lauded the management of the Akwa Ibom State University for its vision, commitment, and dedication to service.
A university management that has made and women of proven integrity, consumed with the passion to serve sacrificially, without cutting corners, and equipped with a spiritual mindset for excellent service delivery, will take the university to greater heights.
The Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Noiba, said the choice of the convocation lecturer, Professor Akanaren, was well-deserved in view of his track records and landmarks in the university system. Professor Noiba noted that the lecture was crucial to enable the university community to cross-fertilize ideas on the eve of the convocation as the demonstration of the corporate vision of the institution.
You only bring people who have the experience to share their experience with others. And I have no doubt in my mind. Please take notes so that you can run with the vision of this man. Because he has a lot, he has the capacity to impact on us.
Etienne Oibanga reporting.
The Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Charles Udo, says Governor Udom Emmanuel has delivered on his industrialization promises to the people of Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Charles Udo, in an interview with journalists in his office, said the toothpick and pencil industry have started production. In addition, the pens industry was revamped to herald 100 days in office of Governor Udom Emmanuel. He said in spite of the economic recession and paucity of funds, Governor Udom Emmanuel has fulfilled his promise of industrializing the state. shedding light on the 2 million coconut plantation located along Mparene, Ikorabasi, Isnobolo axis. Mr. Udom noted that it has already created jobs for the people. The Information Commissioner said the toothpick and pencil industry has employed 60 direct staff, adding that the state has received orders from some states to supply pencils, which, according to him, will boost the economy of the state, as well as serve as a major source of internally generated revenue. Speaking on the syringe industry, which is on the verge of completion, Mr. Udo stated that it would be one of the best in Africa, with a production capacity of 400 million syringes per annum. He further explained that the metering industry, which would be unveiled soon, will reduce the cost of electricity meters. The Commissioner affirmed that the takeoff of these industries, the state government has expanded the employment frontiers of the state, thus fulfilling the promise of creating jobs for youth in the states.
Your defense industry that has been in comatose for some time, that in my opinion is some remarkable achievement.
You're watching AKBC TV News now. We'll be back shortly after this break. To stay with us. Thank you for your time. You're welcome back. I am Emma Ntia. The need for effective partnership between the state and local governments for rapid development of the society has been stressed. Speaking on the AKBC TV News and Current Affairs Program News Conference, the chairman, Uyo Local Government Transition Committee, Barrick Bamfonben, said that while the state government was working hard to spread development, the grassroots governance has extended tentacles to better the fortune of the rural dwellers. Barrister Ben noted that Uyo has benefited from the government as the center, as the state capital, that he was working effortlessly to develop the rural area of the state capital. He said that he has carried out road grading across villages in Uyo Ward 9 and also floated a free medical service for more than 800 beneficiaries across the local government area. Barrister Ben explained that the people of Uyo have changed their psyche and consciousness and become proactive and engage themselves in healthy competition as the mirror of the state, frustrate the need for them to be given adequate priority attention in the scheme of things. The Transition Committee Chairman, who hinted that there was need for Uyo to have a federal constituency of its own, also spoke on a wide range of issues, including the local government autonomy.
Uyo needs more understanding. Who needs to understand you from a different perspective? Maybe two commissioners. That will be very good. Uyo needs a federal constituency of its own. For example, Uyo is the only local government area in the entire country without a federal constituency of its own. These are issues we need to understand with Uyo. In the entire country, this is the local government area, the capital of the state that does not have a federal constituency of its own. Every other state capital has a federal constituency of its own. This is a legislative matter. This has to do with more of federal legislation, and I think we need to address that, not from a common point of view, not just from your point of view, but from a collective state point of view, to address that issue.
new players have been signed by the Aqua United management to boost the team's chances for a continental ticket at the end of the football club. The players were unveiled before a cross-section of fans of the club, media personnel and supporters of the club at the Nest of Champions. Sports correspondent Justice Udo Usara has more on this.
The players are Edem Akamatang with a foreign stint, who scored 25 goals in his 40 professional appearances to boost the attacking force of the Uyo-based team. Christopher Lolo, ex-Katsina United, and Gabriel Okechuku, a striker and ex-football club Katapazi League of Ukraine player. Others are goalkeeper Ojo Olorunke of ex-Sunshine Stars and midfielder and ex-Aris Limassol FC of Cyprus player Harmony Ikonde. All the players have had international exposure, having played at the junior level and for the home-based Super Eagles. Club chairman and senior special assistant to the governor on sports, Mr. Paul Bassi, disclosed that injury concerns had forced the club to seek for quality replacements from outside the shores of Africa and expressed the determination of the club to clinch a continental ticket. Mr. Bassi particularly commended the fans for identifying with the club during its trying days and appealed for continuous support to achieve the goal. Permanent Secretary Youth and Sports Coach Anili Dixon expressed government's happiness at the recruitment of quality players and hoped that they will justify the confidence reposed in them. Rising profile technical advisor of Aqua United, Coach Makaiba, said the players were carefully chosen and noted that when they break into the team style of play, Aqua will be the toast of African football. Some of the new players disclosed their happiness to play for Aqua United, describing it as a team that displays quality and good football. Fans were not left out in their expectations for the club, with the signing in of new players, and advised the players to put in their best to achieve the continental aspiration of the club. Justice Udosara reporting.
Nigerian senators 38 federal agencies to submit their budget proposals for 2017. Nigerian inflation rate for April 2017 indicates a decline in the third consecutive month. French President Emmanuel Macron unveils his cabinet. These and other stories in a national and foreign news segment.
The Nigerian Senate has said 38 statutory federal agencies are yet to submit their budget proposals for the 2017 fiscal year. According to the Senate, agencies which include the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), Bureau of Public Enterprise have continued to make huge extra budgetary expenditure in breach of the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2007. The Senate has issued a 2-week ultimatum to the presidency to ensure submission of the budgets of the 38 public establishments. The Consumer Price Index, which measures inflation, dropped from 17.26% recorded in March to 17.24% in April. The National Bureau of Statistics in its report indicated that the high food prices, increases in liquid fuels, solid fuels, clothing and clothing accessories were responsible for the inflation. According to the NBS, the 0.2% decline in April represents the third consecutive month of decline in the headline Consumer Price Index. French President Emmanuel Macron has unveiled his cabinet, appointing a blend of political shades as part of his promise to bridge the right-left divide. The announcement was delayed for a day to conclude checks on their tax records and any potential conflicts of interest. President Macron reduced the cabinet members to 15 from 22, half of them women. South Korean President Moon Jae-in has warned of high possibility of military clashes along the border with North Korea as tensions increase over the North's nuclear ambitions. Tensions between United States and North Korea have increased in recent weeks, with Donald Trump's administration saying military action was an option under consideration, while North Korea continues its threats of massive retaliation. The growing threats from the North has prompted the South to deploy a powerful U.S. anti-missile system, despite angry opposition by China that sees the move as a threat to its own military capability.
Family members, serving and retired bureaucrats, politicians, religious leaders and sympathizers assembled at Ikorobiosa in Ibionibom local government area to bid farewell to a former permanent secretary, Obong Joshua Etok, who served as a speechwriter to the immediate past governor of Akwa Ibom State. Abasino Alex, an intern with Channel 45 News, filed this report in our studios.
Elder Okonesien of the Apostolic Church, Abiakbo Okonesien District 1, in a sermon said, "Those who died of the Lord shall rise to meet their Creator, where they will have eternal rest." Elder Okon advised the living to live a good life so as to make heaven when they die. According to his biography, Joshua was a stickler for discipline, hard work, diligence, and combined virtues to serve his people in Ibionibom local government, while also worshipping God at the Apostolic Church. Joshua Benetok began his educational pursuit at the Community Primary School, also known as Presbyterian School, Utorobio North, and finished in CSM School, where he obtained his first school leaving certificate. He attended the Teachers Training College at Ania Ohapia and later took the Cambridge examination, which qualified him to read for a Bachelor of Science degree in Political Science at the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. The deceased was employed by the Dane Southeastern government, having taught at the Hope Waddell Training Institute shortly after he left the Teachers Training College. In the service, Joshua Etok held many positions of responsibilities and rose to become a permanent secretary, where he retired. The remains of Obong Joshua Etok were later buried in his compound at Ikorobiosa, Ibionibom local government area. The children of the deceased spoke on the lives and times of their father.
We learned a lot of hard work, virtues of hard work, diligence, honesty, fortitude, perseverance. Those are the legacies that he in turn transmitted to us. And we are grateful.
I really miss him for his advice, his direction, his love, his affection. In fact, as I said before, it is difficult for me to put into words.
Abasiono Alex reporting.
To end the news this hour, a second look at the major stories. Contract for construction of 23-kilometer Ikorikop Ibitam Road in Oluganam local government area has been terminated. The Commissioner for Works, Mr. Ephraim Iyang, announced these while inspecting road projects in Uparenin and Oluganam local government areas. We also brought you a report that the Akwa United management has signed on 5 new players. That's the news. A quick reminder that you can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org, or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45Uyo, or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. Thank you for your time. Good morning.
Militarization. Failure to debrief as citizens leads to impunity on the part of leadership. The greatest office is neither that of the executive nor the legislature, but the citizens. Democracy returns power to the people. State of the nation, updating your political consciousness for political relevance and proper integration.